Hello, everybody. My name is Jeffrey, and welcome back to 14 Horror Stories. And this is where we left off last time. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I know I did. I celebrated it with my family, and it was fun. So let's get right into the animation.
It all started one summer afternoon in August. My best friend
turn that
Mike
way down. My
invited
bad,
me to
guys.
his house. Mike was the type of kid you'd call a nerd. He always got good grades, wore glasses, had freckles, and believed in things like dragons and magic.
Well, I guess now that you're a freckle,
One of Mike's
if you have
favorite things
freckles,
to do was performing magic for me. Every time I'd come over, he'd perform magic. But this magic trick, though, would be the one that I'd never forget.
the animation
When I got
was
to
really
Mike's
weird for
house,
that.
he
I don't
said,
know why.
"I have a new magic trick to show you,
Oh,
and it's
God.
the best one." He grabbed my hand and we went into the living room where he had a large box in front of his family photo. It was all four of his family members in that picture: Mike, Josh, and his mom and dad. The box was about his size so we could fit in it. And his
Make your predictions now. I can already tell that this is going to be weird. He's going to go in there and something else is going to come out, or he won't be able to come out, or something. Something's going to go wrong.
older brother Josh was standing next to it. So I sat down on a couch and Mike started introducing the name of his magic trick. It was called the vanishing.
See what I said? Yep.
Josh opened the door to the large box where nothing was inside, and Mike walked in. After Josh closed the door again, he then said some weird words and then yelled, "Poof!" Josh slowly opened the box, and Mike was no longer in it. However, I was in the 7th grade, so I was smart enough to know that under the box was a trap door so he could climb down out of it. So I looked down at the bottom of the box, but to my surprise, nothing was there. No door, no secret,
I don't
Mike.
even like that music.
Just at that moment, my mom called and said that I need to come home right now. I said bye to Josh, grabbed my backpack, and yelled, "Nice trick, Mike. Gotta go." Everything was fine, just until the next day. The next day, Mike didn't invite me, but I thought of going to his house again. I ran up to his house, stood in front of the door, and rang the doorbell 3 times.
This is just weird.
His dad came out and said, "Oh, hello. Nice to meet you." He acted like that he'd never seen me before. It was weird, but I asked, "Good afternoon, sir. Is Mike home?" Then I could see his confused face, and he answered, "Mike? Who is Mike?" I felt stupid at that moment, as if I had come to the wrong house. I then quickly asked, "Your son Mike. You have 2 sons." During explaining the situation, I felt irritated, so I pushed him to the confused face, and he answered, "Mike? Who is Mike?" I felt stupid at that moment, as if I had come to the wrong house. I then quickly asked, "Your son Mike. You have 2 sons." During explaining the situation, I felt irritated, so I pushed him to the side to get into the living room. "Josh," I said, pointing to the photo, and then my eyes widened. Mike wasn't in the photo. I was pointing to nothing, which would have been where Mike should be standing in that picture. I panicked and I couldn't believe what was going on here. I then said, "You're your son, Mike. He has good grades and he's good at magic." Oh, the box. I thought that everyone was playing a prank with me or something, but he looked extremely confused and even terrified. He looked at me as if I was some kind of lunatic. So I ran upstairs to check the box, and I opened the door thinking that I must be dreaming. The room was full of bookshelves and beanbags, all in a circle. It was just a cozy reading room. I was horrified. I kept saying, "No, it can't be," over and over.
And then run upstairs into a house that's not mine.
That moment, Josh came in the room. I thought, this is the last chance. I quickly took out my phone thinking that I could remind Mike to them by showing selfies that I took with Mike before.
Mike's not there.
However, just when I did, he was in none of the pictures. The one where I gave him a hug, where we went to the other friend's birthday party and took a picture with the clown, nothing was there. It was like he never even existed before, and I felt that moment was like a nightmare. To this day, there is literally no one who remembers Mike in my town.
That's so weird.
I still can't believe what happened to Mike, but I definitely believe that Mike is real, and he must be somewhere.
Either that or a lunatic.
This is how it feels to build websites the old-fashioned way. And this is how it feels to build websites with Duda, the website builder designed for
I heard the piano playing in the basement, and...
My name is Kyla. This story is about a piano that was in my elementary school. When I was a kid, my friends and I used to record random videos in my school's basement. Most
Why?
of the time,
Why would you hang
the
out in your
basement's
school's
lights
basement?
were off because hardly anyone went there. And the reason was that that place was scary and sometimes smelled really bad. The basement was completely dark.
Make your guys' predictions. I'm guessing there's gonna be some like fleshy monster in the elementary school that's a made-up story. I don't know.
We slowly walked in the basement with our phone lights on. I was nervous, but my friends were already walking ahead of me, so I just followed them. We were a group of 5, so I felt like I shouldn't be scared since I was with them. My friend Michael was in the front since he was the bravest and also the one recording
I just
on his
wouldn't go in
phone.
the basement.
I was in the very back and holding onto my friend Kate's shirt.
Why would
There
you
was
guys
a room
ever go down
just
there?
beside the basement's wall, and inside of it was a grand piano.
At that point,
Nothing else.
that's
only the
goodbye for
piano.
old Jeffro here. I would be
We
out
went
of there
inside
as
that
soon as
room
I saw
first. We were
the
all
stairs.
quiet,
I wouldn't do
and
that.
you could only hear our heavy
For reasons
breathing
like this right
as
here,
we
I
walked through the
would not do
basement.
this. These guys are
But
dumb.
we didn't hear anything. And then, out of nowhere, Michael said, "Boring."
Dead
It took
end.
us around 3 minutes to reach the end of the basement. Michael put his phone back in his pocket, and we all started walking back in the long basement.
I don't like this music. It's very annoying.
We finally returned to the main gate of our school and sat on a bench. Everyone was focused on Michael as he pulled out his phone and started playing the recording. It was quiet at first, and then all that could be
So
heard
weird.
were our whispers as we tried to figure out whether or not we should continue with the recording. And then all of our eyes widened when we heard a sound coming from what seemed like just beside the basement. We couldn't believe what we just heard, so we paused
So I'm gonna
the
have
video,
to end this
rewinded
episode
it,
short right
and
after
played
this
it
one.
again. The sound
Because,
came
well, it's
from
the day after
grand
Christmas,
piano.
and I'm busy.
It was playing a creepy
So
song, and at that moment, Michael almost dropped his phone. We were all shocked and scared.
Okay,
We
so
didn't see anything
I'm gonna have to end
for a
it
while.
short after this
I'm
because I have to go do
100%
something. So
positive that we didn't hear that
Yeah.
piano playing as we walked through the basement. It was definitely quiet. And the scariest thing was that the piano was still playing when Michael said, "Boring." The recording was around 3 minutes long, and when the recording was done playing, we were all speechless. This was many years ago, but to this day I still don't have an explanation for what happened. Maybe someone went to that room and played it, but if so, why couldn't we hear it while we were walking
this
through
is
the
so
basement?
scary.
We also didn't see anyone else down there.
Scary but very creepy.
And why did we only hear it when we played the recording? I am still confused about that incident.
Confused. I would be horrified. Alright, we'll do one more.
This happened in the middle of last year. At that time, I was at home with my boyfriend Dan watching TV.
Boyfriend.
Dan was deeply concentrated on what the TV screen was showing, so I was about to start making a romantic atmosphere. But then I heard a knock at the door. I got pretty pissed off as it interrupted, but got up anyway and opened the door. We
Nobody's
lived
gonna be
with one of
there.
our friends, so at the moment, I thought it would be my friend. But to my surprise, it was a man around the same age as me. He looked a little bit tired and was forcing a smile on his face. He was all sweating, and his eyes were red as if from crying. But it wasn't my business to ask. "Oh, hello," the stranger said with a wide smile, taking his hand.
Okay, so I just got an alert, so I have to end it right now. So I'm just gonna redo this story once the next episode drops, which will be right about here. We'll pick it up from here. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. I know it's a little bit short, but I have to go do something, so I'll make another video tomorrow. So my bad. See you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe.